Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cancer. Happy birthday to you. How you doing, my Cancer? Lisa's looking all this so yummy. It's time for my Cancers to come out on stage, okay, and let them and show them who you are. Cancer Licious, happiest birthday. I wish you all the best. If you just celebrated it, I hope you had an amazing one. And if you're about to celebrate, happiest birthday. Next season is my season, Leo, July 28, Leo. My Venus is in Cancer. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So let's get into your reading from July 7th to the 13th and see what's coming up for you. So dear Cancer, in this reading, I'm going to take a look at your recent past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify all of the cards. I'm also going to see what is the main challenge for you. I will clarify all the cards and get some final advice as well as messages of love. Dear Cancer, I want to thank you from the very bottom of my heart for all your continuous love and support and your beautiful words and everything that you are doing. So thank you so much for being here, dear Cancer. I love you too. I know. I love you too. I love you more. So let's get into your reading, dear Cancer, and see what's going on. You are literally like right before the storm because Mercury is going to go into retrograde and it's going to be soon in a few weeks. Oh, and my Mercury is in Leo, so it's a full throttle ride, I'm saying. But now this is about you. Let's get into your reading. Oh, what's happening with them lovers? Cancer. Okay, so the challenge, dear Cancer, for the upcoming week is the Eight of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so the challenge here has to do a lot with, I'm seeing here two stories, okay? Take it as it resonates. Possibly either you heading towards a specific direction and having a clear vision. You probably know where you want to go. And if there is something that's or somebody that's holding you back, you're going to make a very important decision. Or this could be an incoming communication that maybe you don't see, that you don't really expect, and all of a sudden it comes into your life. You, I don't know, hear the phone ring. It's not just one of those people that like they know they're gonna congratulate you on your birthday, like you have been in contact with, but this is somebody that you may hear from very soon. Okay, so we're gonna find out to see what the situation here is about. In the recent past, you have the King of Wands, Six of Cups, the Hangman. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy, possibly Pisceana, Cancer, Scorpio. So in the recent past, I feel like that for many of you, dear Cancer, you were involved with a situation with somebody that was, it felt like you have known this person for quite some time, or maybe you have known this person for years or for a very long time. Six of Cups, maybe you've known this person since childhood, since high school, since university. But I'm also seeing here almost having this feeling of like familiarity, like you feel familiar with this person. You feel like you've known them. Also, there might have been some hot and cold, on and off, back and forth, like in and out, nostalgias, feeling, emotions, and then coming back around and then putting you on a hold. Whatever the situation was, we're going to clarify shortly. Now, in the present moment, Cancer, you have the Lovers, the Empress, and the Page of Swords. So, in the present moment here, I see here whatever situation you have come out of, whatever tough situation you have been through, there is a mess that you're coming out of mess. And finally, you're stepping into this very nostalgic, romantic energy here, okay, with the Lovers. I feel like that this has to do a lot with, a romantic relationship. You're seeing yourself being with somebody that you can have family with, children with, male or female, doesn't matter. And there is a communication. Somebody here is actually wanting to initiate a conversation with you with the Page of Swords. Could be Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, could be a Virgo. We're going to clarify to see, because someone here is like almost someone has something important to tell you. Okay, someone is getting ready for a speech. And that's where the Eight of Wands here, I think, honestly, this is like leaning towards more 444 on the timer as I'm saying this. This is actually leaning more towards like an unexpected conversation that's coming in your way. Okay. Is the phone gonna ring? We'll find out. Now, in the near future, you have the Knight of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. What are you doing? You're doing the right thing by actually focusing on your happiness. Okay, there is a lot of happiness in the near future, dear Cancer, and I'm so happy to see this for you. Nine of Cups, Cancer energy. Nine of Cups, Cancer energy. Six of Pentacles. You're gonna be experiencing and experiment, not experimenting, but experiencing communication, that there is going to be equal give and take exchange energy. You and this person are going to be able to navigate through this successfully, which is going to lead to a lot of happiness. I do not sugarcoat nothing on my channel. I always keep it honest, straightforward, and that's why there is a lot of success stories, people sharing their success stories, and I'm going to, make sure that you also get to the point where you share your next success story. So let's clarify, dear Cancer Licious. Let's talk about the Eight of Wands. I mean, if it was Ace of Wands, yes, but eight of them. Now, this is about communication, dear Cancer, okay? Eight of Wands, an incoming communication towards your way. So let's see what this is about. So the Eight of Wands here is clarified by the Page of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Queen of Cups. Heavy water energy. Okay, I strongly feel like here that somebody here that's been hesitating, the Hangman here, ever since this person made you feel waiting, okay, kind of like you haven't heard back from this person. You're gonna hear from this person, sprinkle, sprinkle, because I said so. Because I said so. You're gonna hear from this person, and they're gonna offer you a brand new beginning, a brand new love, a fresh start here. Okay, Page of Cups here is talking about an offer of love. Somebody here that's actually almost like this person is going from Ace of Cups, Page of Cups, and then King of Cups, Queen of Cups. Like they're somebody here is gaining an emotional maturity, okay, level of emotional maturity, and they're coming towards your way with a solid offer, okay, with an offer of love. Now, let's talk about the recent past. Let's clarify the King of Wands. In the recent past, King of Wands is clarified by the King of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Devil, Capricorn energy, and then there is the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So for many of you, I do strongly feel like here that there was a situation where you and this person had a very strong sexual tie to each other. Okay, a lot of could have been also some habits and some traits that maybe were not healthy. We're not here to put our fingers on other signs or sign bash. We don't do that here. But whoever you were dealing with, I am strongly getting here that a lot of playfulness and kind of like a lusty energy coming from this person or vice versa. Okay, now I'm not saying it's good or bad. That's not the question. The question here is that there is a lot of attachment, okay, to this person. And many of you were going back and forth if you should be with this person, if you should not be with this person. What is the right course of action? Okay, King of Wands is clarified by the King of Wands. So double confirmation, somebody also here might have had a very dominant personality or maybe controlling personality that maybe propel you forward to, focus on other things and maybe just disconnect from this person. But I feel like this person kept coming back. Yeah, they kept coming back. They kept visiting you, kept making connections with you and reconnecting and being back into your life. So the Six of Cups in the recent past is clarified by the Knight of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. This person actually, I feel like that they had some abandonment wounds. Whoever this person is, they were going through a lot. This person could have been somebody that was neglected in their childhood. Maybe this person was left out. I'm getting a lot of hardships, family issues in this person's past, okay, that caused them maybe, act a certain way, act the same way that their parents acted into their relationship, like this dysfunctional family. And I think that for many of you, you probably are a therapist or you're such a smart person or you have a very strong intuition. So you could have spotted out, you could have learned about this person, and being very compassionate and understanding. But you got to set some boundaries. You know that. Now, Hangman in the recent past is clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Hierophant. You were waiting for commitment to come from this person, okay? The Hierophant, Six of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. You were waiting for a solid offer, commitment from this person to come towards you. And I think that for many of you, might realize that there was a moment when you might have been treated like an option, or maybe the situation was just not fair towards you and you had to move on. Okay, and you still are probably waiting, but you also are still like focusing on your self-care. Lovers here is talking about like romanticizing your life, and just focusing on what's important for you and being open to love still. The Tower, Eight of Cups, and the Three of Cups. Whatever happened in the past, somebody here is seeing you that you have been in a mess. They know that. They know that you have been in a mess. You're still coming out of a mess. Okay, the Tower here, a lot of mess. Very painful energy. And you still carry a lot of love for this person, dear Cancer. You still hold so much space for this person. Okay, there is the Lovers here, Eight of Cups and the Three of Cups. It's like physically you are disconnected from this person. Physically, maybe you are not together, maybe you are disconnected, but then at the back of your mind with the Three of Cups, you still ruminate, reminisce, and think about the possibility of a reconciliation with this person. Let's talk about the Empress in the present moment. Some of you could be a parent, some of you could be like literally a parent, have children, or think about pregnancy. Okay, so the Empress is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. You're wanting to actually gain some sort of truth, some kind of a conversation, and I think that's what this person might want to reveal to you when they reach out to you or when they talk to you. There is something here that's going to be revealed. Ace of Swords, Three of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Slowly but surely, there is an incoming conversation, okay, that's gonna help you to heal your heart. That's gonna basically kind of not just put a band-aid, but like allow you to have that full closure, of the situation that's been very debilitating for you. Let's talk about the Page of Swords in the present moment. What is the Page of Swords here about? Page of Swords is clarified by the Hermit, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Chariot and the Judgment. You know how happy I get when the Chariot shows up in your reading, because this is literally your card. The Chariot, it's my favorite, one of my favorite cards after the Magician, Ace of Wands, and the Chariot. It's like it's a very militaristic, militant energy. You're getting into this place in your birthday season, moving forward, not really attaching yourself to anyone or anything. You're like a badass, okay? Now, so here's the thing. When this communication comes in towards you with the Page of Swords, you already have done the work within yourself with the Hermit. You already have been going through the dark night of the soul. You've been healing yourself. You've been focusing on yourself. And it's not like that you're sitting here and waiting for them. It just comes to you naturally. You manifest that. And the Chariot here is talking about you're moving on and you're still going to be happy with or without this person or this situation. And I see here you being very happy and very content with your life and with your finances are going to increase also. Some of you could be wanting to, like, I don't know, maybe just become your own boss, make your own money, or do your own thing, okay? And all of a sudden, there is an incoming communication with the Page of Swords that's going to allow you to move forward, okay? That's going to be like, you know what? Okay, we can move things forward together, but I'm already ahead of the schedule. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm already good because you've done the work within yourself. Now, in the near future, Knight of Cups, this is you being in your protagonist, main character energy. It's clarified by the Page of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Two of Cups. And yeah, there is the Empress at the bottom of the deck. So when the Empress is showing up in the near future in this kind of a dynamic and in this kind of combination, which I'll talk about now, it's showing me, and then there is the Lovers. Yeah, you're starting to fall in love with life back again. And the Lovers here is in the present moment as well. Okay, the Lovers here is talking about a desire here for romanticizing your life, a desire for a sacred relationship, sacred union. It doesn't have to be necessarily tied up to one person or one situation. You're just open to love because you are love. You're just open to the possibility of drawing the experience to you, a lot of healing that you have done. Now, in the near future, you're tapping into this main character energy, and I strongly feel like here that there's going to be a conversation in regards to this very conflict that has happened between you and another person, and that person Okay, Five of Swords is telling me that there was a situation where there was a maybe misunderstanding. For some of you, you and this person could come from two different cultural backgrounds, races. Okay, there is a very strong sexual connection between you and this person. Sorry, I just remembered something. I just remembered something from a Virgo. Sorry, I just remembered a comment from a Virgo's reading. It just came to my mind. I'll talk about this sometime later. I don't know why that came to my mind, but anyways. So Six of Pentacles in the near future. Six of Pentacles is clarified by the High Priestess, the Ten of Swords, and the Four of Cups, and the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So in the near future, I feel like that, remember when I said that you're going to be very happy? There's going to be a lot of happiness, like stability, equal give and take exchange energy is clarified by the High Priestess, Ten of Swords, and the Four of Cups. This sense of betrayal that you experienced or rejection is going to be made up for. Okay, it's like you are going to be the one that's going to have the upper hand, but you're not somebody that's going to manipulate the situation because you got the upper hand or because you're so detached and this person come towards you. You're still going to be very generous, but at the same time choosing yourself. Okay, making yourself happy, focusing on yourself, dear Cancer, doing the things that actually bring you a lot of joy. Okay, so Nine of Cups here in the near future is clarified by the Emperor, Aries energy, the Moon, and the Seven of Cups. There could be an age difference between you and this person also. So remember, any time somebody tries to present to you a situation or present themselves in a way that as if like they're treating you like an option and things like that, you don't think twice. Okay, you drop them like a bad habit and you tell them where you stand, and then you stand on your ground. Because here in the near future, when you're very happy, when you're very much focused on yourself, I am slowly getting here this energy of still kind of having a little bit hesitation when it comes to this person. Maybe there is some doubts, there is some fears when it comes to this person's loyalty to you and commitment towards you. The Emperor, yeah, drop them like a bad habit. I don't know. Crosswatcher, sorry, I'm taking care of my Cancers. Yeah, I don't know. It's a situation where you gotta be very like selfish. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I said it. Yes, I did. You gotta be selfish, Cancer, at least for once. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So the happiness here that's going to happen in the near future, like a lot of happiness, and it's like you're in the main character energy, like you're having conflict resolutions, you're focusing on things, you're dealing with certain people and situation that used to be very challenging in the past, that maybe in the past you were scared to deal with, or maybe you had a fear of saying no, but that's not the case anymore. You're being very determined, okay, very very demure, very mindful, very cutie patootie. So let's get into the advice. What is the advice for my Cancers? Okay, so your intuition is always spot on. Your intuition is always on point. The advice here for you with the Two of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles, you're not waiting for anything or nobody. You're not creating this extra havoc and this emotional roller coaster for you, just waiting because of there's uncertainty. It just creates self-fulfilling prophecies, excuse me. The advice here for you is to focus on your own happiness. Cancer, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Some sassy shit. You're gonna focus on yourself. You're not going to wait for nobody. You're not going to wait for none. You're just going to focus on yourself. And I do strongly feel like here that when you do that, that's like you're practicing the law and the art of detachment. And that's when this communication comes in. It's that you're going to be in a much different place mentally, financially, physically, spiritually, that you're going to be having the upper hand to eventually decide which direction you want to move forward. So what is the messages of love? What is the messages of love for my Cancers? What is an important messages of love? Back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. Okay, back to what you love. Reevaluating your desires. So dear Cancer listeners, this has to do a lot with you just going back home, going back with your beautiful self. Okay, you're compassionate, be compassionate to your beautiful self and reevaluate what is it that you're ultimately looking forward from this specific connection when this communication comes in? What are we looking into? So I'm saying, because you just came out of a mess and a tornado and somebody sees that and they want to communicate with you, but you will have to ultimately make the decision of which direction you want to move forward to. So my cutie patootie looking all so yummy. Happiest birthday, and I love you so much, dear Cancer. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you on the next one.